As each of us grows up from infancy to adulthood, there is no greater gift we can bring to the world than that of our truest selves. Throughout his life, 1987 Eberhart School of Business graduate Eric Dingler has given the best of himself to his family, his community, and his university.
So I was born in the Central Valley of California. In fact, the very same hospital my father was in Visalia, California.
The Dinglers were a conservative Southern Baptist family.
While I was being exposed and getting to see different ways of life, I was also being brought up with a mental model that ours was the right way of life.
As a boy, he lived quietly in conflict with his religious upbringing.
I remember feeling many times that I knew I was gay, that I had this deep, dark, dirty little secret. If anyone found out, I wouldn't be loved.
Eric was a model student in high school and arrived at Pacific in the fall of 1983.
I was involved in Campus Crusade for Christ, and I was, preaching on campus, and then I was an RA, and then I held a job at the university center, and then I was a lifeguard off campus, and then I was in my fraternity, and I held different officer positions in my fraternity.
Fellow Tiger Norm Allen remembers attitudes about non-traditional sexuality at Pacific during the mid-1980s.
There was a very sort of anti-homosexual agenda, at least in the eyes of people who were homosexual, pretty anti-homosexual agenda.
Eric graduated from Pacific, having never come out to his friends or his family.
When it comes to coming out, it's not only coming out to others, but it's coming out to yourself, and it's about, again, kind of coming to that place, yes, of acceptance, but beyond that, love.
20 years later, Eric returned to Pacific as an out and active LGBTQ advocate.
What I care about is, whether it's in the world at large or my community or Pacific, is how do we create a place that allows people to be who they are and not feel a level of judgment or not feel less than because of who they are.
Eric helped fund Pacific's first LGBTQ conference in 2009, and he was a founding member of the Pacific Pride Alumni Club. He has provided long-range funding and has been a multi-time keynote speaker for Pacific's Lavender graduation ceremonies. He established the first Powell-matched LGBTQ endowed scholarship in 2013. Eric became the lead donor for the George Moscone Endowed Scholarship, as well as the PBS documentary, Moscone, A Legacy of Change. In the summer of 2020, Eric worked with Board of Regents Chairman Norm Allen to create the Lift Every Voice Endowed Scholarship. And now, Eric is leading the effort to create the first ever endowed scholarship for Black LGBTQ students.
Beyond the financial impact, just the existence of this scholarship and the recognition just helps LGBTQ plus students feel seen and feel heard and feel like they are a valued member of this Pacific community.
As the Chief Learning Officer at Deloitte, he has been of service to Pacific students, helping them to identify career paths for the 21st century.
I have a lot of Ericisms, but one of them is, I don't live to work, I work to create the life I want to live, okay? And that's how I viewed it. And therefore, I want to be able to help other people get to that same spot.
He's really leading. He's leading on the topic, and that's, of course, important to our students. It's inspirational to our staff. It's inspirational to our faculty. And when you start something like the Pride Club, it's inspirational to our alumni.
To me, I can't control, but I can try and influence. If I can influence some of the structures, I can change the energy in a system. And that's how I think about it.
For devoting himself to the transformational work of making Pacific a safer, more inclusive environment for all, Please welcome the recipient of the Pacific Alumni Association's 2022 Distinguished University Service Award, Eric Dingler.